Shalom. My name is Leah Biteolin, and on the last day of Passover of 1984, my father put me on his shoulder, and our family started walk. They started walk to fulfill a dream of 2,000 of years of the Beta Israel, the Jewish community in Ethiopia. I was 3 years old, my brother was 8, my sister was 5. We walked for 3 weeks till we arrived to Sudan border. The plan was to meet the Israelis who will meet us there and will bring us to Israel. When we arrived there, we arrived to a Muslim country where we didn't know anyone. We didn't speak the language. And it was after such a long journey, we went into the Red Cross for help, for clean water. They took us to a refugee camps where we waited for about 6 months for the Israelis to come and to bring us home. One of the first memories of me in Israel was the day that me and my sister discovered the elevator in the observation center in Kiryat Gat. We are amazed that this thing goes up and down so quickly. So we pushed all the buttons and we were playing with it during the entire day. In the end of the day, we broke the elevator. But this is just a small example of the new world that we need to adjust to. I was a girl. For me, it was just a big fun. I learned Hebrew right away. I went to kindergarten. But for my parents, it was much harder. You see, we lived in a village. We worked the land. My father was a farmer. My parents never went to school. They never learned how to read and write, even in Ethiopian. And they were in Israel, a country that everything that we taken for granted is new for them. Electricity, language, culture, color. And in the observation center, we learned Hebrew. My parents went to school the first time in their life. We kind of start to adjust to our new world, to the Israeli society. After 4 years of being in the observation center, we moved to Rishon LeZion, whereas my family still live today. I went to high school. I finished my matriculation exam. And when I turned 18, I did a national service in Magen David Adom. One of my dreams of my mother back in the day in the village was that me and my sister would learn. And when I finished Magen David Adom, I was thinking what I'm doing next. I was lucky enough to get a tuition from you. I went to Biteolin University. And I pay my tuition by the help of the UIA and the Jewish Agency. I finished my first degree in political science and public communication. Later on, I always heard at home about this great connection of Jewish from all around the world that support our community back in the day in the village and in our first step in Israel. So I want to give something back. I went to Canada. I volunteer there as a young and emissary. I work with the Jewish students at the University of Western Ontario. And one of the surprising things that I found there was standing in the campus and seeing Jewish students standing up from Israel, wearing their IDF shirt. And that is when I realized that we are one. I came back to Israel. I continued my studies. I just finished law school, and I'm working now in a real estate companies. And my story, it's only one story that you touched and you changed. A few years ago, I was lucky enough to visit to the village that I was born in Ethiopia. I was amazed to see houses made of mud, no running water, and I couldn't imagine that this was my starting point, and this is where I am today. I want to thank each one of you for helping this thing happen, for supporting Israel, and for making a difference in my life and in the life of so many others. Toda rabba.